Hey, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be giving a review for the NECA Alien 3 Ultimate Dog Alien. Now as you can see, this is the actual box for the figure itself. Now I'm kind of excited about picking this figure up, being that it is an ultimate version of the dog alien, or you could say the dog xenomorph. I am definitely interested in getting this figure, and I have gotten it, but NECA did already have this figure, but it's the first time they ever done it like in the ultimate form. So that is one of the reasons why I'm excited about picking this particular one up. And this is actually the first Alien film that I saw in the theaters. I actually saw Alien 3 in the theaters, like back when it was originally released in 1992. And of course, this is based on like the Alien like franchise too as well. Now, of course, this right here is the actual Blu-ray collection that I have right here, the anthology, and this has Alien 3 included in it. Now, first of all, I do want to give a shout out to some of the video games they actually had back then too. They had like an Alien 3 game that was like on Sega Genesis, which is good too, but it was like an Alien 3 game that was on Super Nintendo. It was just so amazing. It's kind of sad that you can't play that now unless you have like a Super Nintendo and that Alien 3 game. But Super Nintendo was such an amazing game. Like the soundtrack, the music for that game was just so awesome. Even like the gameplay itself, like you play as Ripley, you have to battle all the different versions of the aliens, like the xenomorph, like face hugs and all that kind of stuff, But it was such an awesome game. I just wanted to get out a shout out. I know the movie itself isn't like like a lot of people don't, like a lot of the fans aren't too big of a fan of this particular film, But I know it did gain like a following, But anyway, I'm going to just get into this right now. As you can see, this is the background diorama art, which I probably use for like photography pics. And this is something I've been doing here lately, actually showing how the figures look. I don't do it with everything, but you can see how it looks inside the plastic. I can tell that the dog alien is pretty large too. Okay, as you can see, there's the dog alien, or you can say dog xenomorph. I must say I am very impressed with that. That is a cool looking alien, Now, these are the accessories. I'll talk about that too as well. First of all, what I want to do is actually measure the alien. Now, when you stand it completely like straight, now I was trying to put it on the stand. It does have holes too as well for the stand, for like a NECA stand. But it has its own stand too. I'll touch on that. But when you actually measure it, it does like the alien is about 9 inches. So it is a large figure. Now when you actually measure it like this, if you put like the tail action into play, which I'm finna do, like extend its tail. Let's see if I can actually do this. Especially if you spread your arms out, It looks like it's about it looks like it's 19 inches if you do it like actually like that with the tail, and that is amazing how large that is. It looks like it's actually about 19 inches in length. Now what I do is actually talk about the accessories that the NECA dog alien has. First of all, is this actual stand, display stand. I think this is pretty cool that NECA gives you a stand, I heard the previous version of this had like a stand too. As you can see, it has like this adjustable thing. It's almost like a dynamic stand, from NECA. So what you do is actually just stick it into this display thing. It goes all in. Then I guess you can just, depending on how you do it, you can actually hook it on a particular part of like the alien to actually have it standing, or like on its waist, Could probably thinking it's like its waist, but you can't really like open it, extend, so I don't want to break it, So best bet probably would be like a leg, You can see right there, I could put it like on the leg, But I'm guessing you probably could like on the waist too as well, Just an example. And I probably won't really be using this too much. I probably would, but it's okay on its own. But I see though, The next accessory that the dog alien has is the actual Chestburster, as you can see. And of course, this bust out of the dog's spike, if I can remember correctly. Now, one thing about this one is it actually has like some like as you can say, some like it's kind of dark at the top, like it's bloody or something. But it looks very similar to the Chestbursters that come with the other Xenomorph figures from NECA. And you see, you can't really bend. You can kind of mess with it, but you can't really bend that tail. It's actually just stuck like that. Now this one I think is actually cool. This is the actual Queen Chestburster, you know, and it's like it's in this curve, like it was like on the actual poster. I think this is a cool accessory to have. It actually has like a base too as well. You actually can sit it, as you can see. And of course that's the same image of the alien on the poster right here, as you can see. I think that's a nice accessory. What I do is actually talk about the actual articulation of the dog alien. So as you can see, this is it. Now I do notice that you can actually extend his legs out, but you see how his feet actually are at the bottom. You can tell that he shouldn't be really standing straight up when you look at it. Now you can actually bend those back, so you can actually, oh yeah, and they actually move pretty good too, so you can bend them back, you know. So this figure is pretty tall. So actually I think this could go like on like a stand if you want. But I probably won't really, like I said, be doing it. I probably have him like in a crouch pose, kind of like how he was in the movie. Being that this alien came out of, Xenomorph came out of a dog, you know. Now, first of all, I must admit, for my opinion, I do think this is a better looking alien than the actual like alien swans, you know, that NECA has. I think this is a much better looking Xenomorph. This just looks so cool. I like how the head is like sculpted right there. And you can see inside the dome, it has like that transparent look. That's just amazing. I think that's beautiful, the look of it. And even the mouth really does look like that particular alien, you know. And of course you can open it up and the jaw, it stands out, you know. So I think that's kind of cool. There's a tongue. But the detail in that is just amazing. This is probably the best feature of this alien figure, you know, is the actual like head, you know. And of course you can turn it, has articulation like in the head. It can lift up, you know, it can kind of go down, you know. It's kind of, it feels kind of, you know, loose too. It's not like real tight or anything. But I think that head is just amazing. I really like how you can see like inside that too, like the skull inside of the head. I think that's awesome. And of course there's like the ribs and stuff. The detail on that is amazing, you know. And it's like, it looks like there's tons of articulation in it too. You actually can lift the alien's like arm up like that, you know. You can bend it right there, has like a swivel. Even the hand can turn too as well. So yeah, you can lift like both arms up as you can see. And out like that. They even kind of do like a split too, as you can see, not all the way out, but it looks like it can. You actually can bend it. You can even have it like sitting like that. See that? It's like, that's cool. Even the tail is amazing too. As you can see, this one had this like large like dagger type thing on at the end of it, you know. And of course, like all the other Xenomorphs, you actually can bend the tail whichever way you want. You can even turn it too. See, you can turn it and stuff. But you see how long it extends too as well, you know. But of course it can be bent because it has like a wire in it. So you can kind of bend this whichever kind of way you want, you know. So I think that's kind of cool. The knees can be bent too as well. So you can put the alien all kind of like, you know, different kinds of poses. And the articulation does seem to be pretty cool on it too, you know. I'm noticing I'm not having any trouble like, you know, bending the alien, you know. This like even stands too pretty well, you know. So that probably is the kind of pose that I would have this particular alien bending. That was how he was like in the movie, you know, a lot. This particular alien. Being that he came out the dog spike. But I really am impressed with the overall design of this alien though. This is really amazing, especially this rear. This is what really stands out, the actual like head over the dome, and you can see our inside of it too as well. I think that is amazing. How you can see like the skull inside. That's beautiful. Now here he is next to the Ellen Ripley Alien 3 figure. Now I would stand him up, you know, but of course he'll dwarf over her, so I just got him like in the dog like pose, you know, like he's just laying. This as an example, you know. But if I stood him straight up, you know, he would definitely like tower over her, as you can see. If you put them together, you see how much higher he is than the Ripley figure. There's a vast difference in height. Now here he is next to the blue and the brown xenomorph warrior aliens that I have. And I should probably stand him up, you know, I just decided, being that that's how he actually is most of the time, is like crouched like that. Now, one of the things I did notice about this too was the brown actual version of the alien. It actually does look very similar to the dog alien. You know, this is the one from Aliens, but it has like a brownish color to it. I always thought that it did look like the Alien 3 xenomorph. You know, the dog alien, being that they're both brown. Also, there's a vast difference in height between the alien xenomorph figure and the dog alien. See the height difference? This one is much larger than this one right here. Which is kind of interesting, being that a human is actually larger than the dog, you know, so you would think this would come out of a human, you know, instead of a dog, but this came out, you know, a human if I'm not mistaken, you know. So yeah, that's kind of amazing, like the height difference in the dog alien and the aliens xenomorph. These are some of the alien figures that I have right here, as you can see. I have this is the NECA dog alien, ultimate dog alien. The NECA Firona Fury Prisoner 161 Ripley figure, Alien Ripley figure from Alien 3. This is the 30th anniversary Newt and the Ripley figure, you know, rescuing Newt, that's what they call it. And these are the ultimate xenomorph alien warrior figures, blue and brown. So these just are examples of the ones that I have. And I'm definitely getting the 40th anniversary ultimate big chap figure, even the quarter scale one too as well, you know. Definitely looking forward to getting those too. Okay, there's the NECA Alien 3 Ultimate Dog Alien. I would definitely recommend picking this figure up, you know. And again, this is based on the third film in the original Alien film series, which I have right here, the Anthology Blu-ray collection. And like I said, I remember actually seeing this particular Alien film in the theaters, you know, when seeing Alien 3 when it was originally released, you know, back in 1992. I would definitely recommend picking this one up. You know, the articulation on it is amazing. You know, you can get him in all kinds of different poses. Now, he did have like a stand that I didn't really use too much, but I probably would have him at times on this. But it does like he can pose. You can pose him how you want to. He doesn't really need that particular stand unless you want him like in a dynamic pose, you know. But I would definitely recommend picking this figure up, you know. And I know they have NECA has the upcoming 40th anniversary big chap figure like in 7-inch scale. I'm definitely going to get that, you know, and they also have like the quarter scale, which I'm definitely looking forward to as well, based on the original 1979 Alien film, which is one of my all-time favorite films and my favorite in the Alien franchise, you know. But anyway, this is the NECA Alien 3 Ultimate Dog Alien. Please leave a comment and subscribe too as well.